Hey everybody, it's the Very Vibrant Makeup Channel, and I wanted to, and excuse my face, I'm barefaced, I had some breakouts. It's that time for breakouts. But anyways, I wanted to do kind of like a first impressions video on some new brushes that I got from my VIB Rouge sale. So the brushes are, and I don't know, you probably have seen them. I managed to get my hands on one, but they are the Tarte brushes. They're the Make Believe in Yourself. They're called Magic Wand brush set. So these are about $39, so I got it for about like $35, I believe. I can't remember exactly, but anyways, I wanted to kind of use them and see what, you know, what if it's really worth that much. I mean, I have been going back and forth with wanting to get the Kat Von D brushes. I do have a couple of them that I've gotten through gift cards because they're very expensive, to be honest with you. Like, it's for a brush. I mean, these ones I can see, I can justify the price because they're double-ended, but these are the Kat Von D Shade Light brush, the contouring brush, and I think I might do a video on that once I'm ready to break into my Shade Light palette that's brand new. And then I got the eye brush too. So I can justify this price because, well, they come in cute little cases, and just the other brushes, like the foundation and the powder brush, is the ones I want the most. And dang, you know, 38 bucks for that, it's a little bit much. But anyways, for that price, I got the Tarte brushes. So this is what they look like. They're kind of like these neon brushes. So they've got two purples. So these are the purples, and I'm assuming this is more of a contour brush. So you got your contour brush, and you've got a I guess this is a bronzer blush brush. You've got one pink, which is the powder brush. It's very soft. And then you've got two eye brushes that are teal. One is a little bit more green. This is more like a seafoam green, neon green, and it's like a fluffy crease brush. And then you've got your packing brush, which is a true teal. So I have my brows done. I have some primer on. I'm going to apply some eyeshadow using my detail brushes here from the, you know, the Make Believe. I mean, you saw my last video. I'm going to actually use this palette as well, but I did do a video kind of like swatches and try it on, and eye swatches as well, using the Make Believe in Yourself palette by Tarte as well. This collection, and normally I'm not one to go all into collections. I know that Sephora is the only one that carries the brush set. Unfortunately, Ulta does not. That's why I used my VIB Rouge coupon for these guys, because I really wanted to try them. And I mean, 35 bucks for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 brushes that are Tarte, that are high-end. That's pretty reasonable, and that's actually pretty cheap. Usually $35 will get you like Sonia Kashuk complete set, which is nice, but I was actually really disappointed in their I guess it's their holiday one with the little snakes on them. I was actually disappointed with that collection because they were really scratchy, they were really rough. So but I did buy those on clearance for like I believe $11, so it's not a big deal. But anyways, if I were to pay full price for that Sonia Kashuk one, I'd be disappointed. I'd rather pay $35 for brushes that are from Tarte, and they feel soft and they look amazing and luxe, and then they have that unicorn little spiral. Isn't that cute? I know that there was a brush company, and I think, can't remember the name, but I'll put it down below in the description bar, that had unicorn like iridescent brush handles. And then the brushes themselves were rainbow, so it was really cool in that aspect. So I was like, but the brush set was very expensive, so I just decided to wait until Tarte came out with theirs, and then I wanted to see it firsthand, so I went in the store and I felt them. They looked really soft, and anyways, I wanted to get them. So alright, so I'm going to try these guys out for the very first time, and I will be using my Make Believe palette from Tarte as well, and I might use in conjunction my Pastel Goth palette just to have some matte shades in my look. But Yeah, like I said, these are really, really soft. They're super, super soft. Like, especially the fluffy brush. It's just, oh, it feels so soft. Oh, I like it. It's like my Wet n Wild brushes. And then I've been looking for a contour brush. So this fits really well right there. And it is also soft, but it's dense. And I just noticed, I think these are two different types of purple. Yeah, they are. I don't know if you could see it on camera. They're two different types of purple. This is more like a lilac purple, and this is more like a pinky purple. And then, like I said, the teal ones, this one is, the crease brush is actually more green, and then this one is more of a true teal, and then of course the pink brush, which is super, super soft and pretty. And let me give you a close-up on the handle. It is a unicorn horn. And they're they're kind of weighted, which is nice. I like weighted ones because never used to really care about how the weight was on the handle, but it does make a difference. So I'm going to grab one of my Wet n Wild brushes and my It brush and a Sonia Kashuk. So this Sonia Kashuk brush was from a winter collection. I got this for $8 on clearance, but this has a lot of weight to it. It is not as soft, but it's softer than my, let me just grab one of those, no, powder brush. So this is the snake one. So this snake one, as you can see, it's very like fuzzy, and it's not as soft. It's actually really scratchy. The hair is very weird on it, and I don't know, I mean, it does a good job, but it's just very weird. I don't like it, and it's not weighted at all. This handle's very light and cheap feeling, so if I were to pay full price for that one, I'd be so upset. This one I can see it, and it was a set of 4. This one is really nice for my bronzer, and it's kind of soft. It's a little bit softer than the other Sonia Kashuk, but this one is really nice because it has a little emblem, and they are weighted really nice. So I can see the price. I'm not sure what it was originally. I think $24.99. Yeah, $24.99 for this, and that's actually a good justified price because they feel luxe. Now, my all-time favorite brushes to use are going to be the It Cosmetic brushes. I only have one, but this is the blush brush, bronzer brush. I use it as my bronzer. So this one is this one is from their Live Beautifully collection, and it's weighted. It's a lot more weighted than the gray collection. So there's 3 collections. So the first collection is your basic collection. It is the gray handle. That's a wood handle. And then you've got the Live Beautifully. Is that what it? Yeah. Live Beautifully. This collection is a little bit more weighted, a little bit more luxe, but the most luxe of the It Cosmetics brushes are going to be the velvet ones. So those ones actually have a little Swarovski crystal on the ends of the handle. Right there is what they'll have, and they're black, and they're very, very soft, very luxe feeling. Their price point's a little bit higher, but it's actually really, really justifiable. So yeah, and then my my favorite brushes right now are the Wet n Wild brushes. These ones are like $2.99, so they have a little divot in here, a little dip, so you can put your finger. I normally don't really care. I don't hold my brushes a certain way. I just kind of make sure that I get use the brush correctly, of course, like how I would painting. Even if I was using this, like if a paintbrush had this little groove, I don't think it'd make a difference for me, just the way I use my brushes. But this is very soft, and it's very, very affordable. So if you're looking for something super affordable, the Wet n Wild ones are really nice as well. But they are not weighted at all. They're very cheap feeling because they're, what, $2.99? But yeah, so let's get into trying out these brushes. And yeah, I'm excited. Alright, so I'm going to use the Shadow Insurance from Too Faced to kind of prime my eyes because that's what works for me. So I'm just going to go ahead and prime my eyes, and I'm just going to put it all over. Alright, so I'm putting some tape on this time just because I want more of an angled look. want to try something different. I do want to pull from my Pastel Goth, but I'm not quite sure. But I do want to use this palette as well because I want to see how well these brushes are with this palette, because I know this palette you have to work just a little bit, or have to put, you know, a little bit more effort into it as far as like finding a way that'll work for you. Let's see. I kind of don't want blue. What do I want to do? Because this, oh, yeah, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to take Dream, which is that teal right here. This is going to go right here, because I want to make this really magical look. And so far, this brush is doing pretty good. It's packing it on there pretty nice, as you can see. And I'm just going to put this on my outer corner and then kind of bring it a little bit forward. Did a pretty good job. So yeah, I think it did a pretty good job in applying color. Especially since I'm priming it the way I'm supposed to. I just prime it and then don't set my primer with these guys, because these guys are meant to be really intense, and you don't want to go set your eyes if you have oily lids and end up not getting, have to work a little harder or not getting the color payoff you want. So there's that. Make sure both sides are even. Looks pretty even. It did a pretty good job, to be honest with you. I mean, it still has some color there, but they're very soft, and I feel like it does a good job at packing the color. So I'm going to use that fluffy brush, so this guy, and I'm going to dip into Myth, which is that only matte shade there. And I'm going to buff out the edges. Sorry, that was a hiccup. I have hiccups today. Ooh. I did a really good job. It did a really good job at buffing those edges. Can you see it? Nice. Alright, so I'm going to go back in, and I'm going to take a lighter shade. I think I'm going to take that green shade right here. So this shade right here, which is Marvel. I'm going to pack that on the inner portion of my lid. Look, it does a good job. I don't know, I'd have to kind of play with it when I set my primer, but I think I'm going to get the same results as I did with my other brushes, just because these colors need a little bit more attention. So I'm just bringing, so I've been cleaning my brushes off with like a brush cleaner, but you really don't need to clean much off. It's weird. But anyways, I'm going to pick up Mystic, which is this shade right here. It's more of like a silvery blue. I'm going to pop that in the center just to fade those colors together. Because I've been wanting to wear this palette like every day. I've been wearing it at work for the past couple days that I've been there. I was off yesterday, so when I'm filming this, it's Thursday, but I was off on a Wednesday. And I didn't wear any makeup yesterday, but the day before I did wear the purple one. So I think it did a pretty good job. Let's take that last bit. Let's buff out those edges a little bit more, and I'm using that same crease brush, same color, which is Myth. That is going to be your go-to crease shade to blend everything out, and it actually warms up the look enough where it's not too icy looking, you know what I mean? Because I don't look good with super silver but this color balances it out, and then this brush blends it out so well, which I'm very excited. So yeah, so far so good. Alright, so I did my foundation, concealer, so that I can put my powder on. I did pack my under eyes with my beauty blender here from, this is Ulta brand. It's actually done pretty good. But anyways, I pack that underneath to bake a little bit. So now I'm going to grab my fluffy brush. Look at that. It's got a lot of move to it. But anyways, I use my Stay Matte powder from Rimmel London to set my face. So I'm just going to go in there and lightly set. Let's see what it does. Feels so soft. Which is nice because it's not going to pick up too much powder, which is, it's going to set everything, but I'm not going to be cakey. Alright, so I'm going to actually sweep off the excess powder under my eyes. And it just lightly sweeps it off. I like that. Well, I like it very much. It's very soft. Very soft. I like this one. It's a nice fluffy brush. So next I'm going to do my contour. And I'm going to use my cocoa powder contour because I still have some left from Too Faced. I like this. It still smells good. So I'm going to use my contour brush. So I'm going to dip into medium cocoa, which is this cool tone. Ooh, this cool tone one right here. So let's go ahead and do that. And carve out, ooh, packs on a lot of color. Wow. Let's see if it blends it out really well. So I'm going to clean it off and just blend the edges. Ooh. Does blend it out really nice. And I feel like kind of tapping my face, it does it a little bit better. Because I feel like I kind of wiped off a bit of my foundation here. Because it is very dense, but it's nice. I feel like you can really concentrate on that. I'm going to take a little bit on the tip here. I don't normally contour my nose. Alright, so I'm cleaning that up and I'm going to dip into the light cocoa, which I barely have any. I cleaned off my brush. Yeah, I like that. It like carves out my contour perfectly instead of me putting a beauty blender there. And just pack it on underneath here. Alright, and I'm going to just take a little bit, put it down the center of my nose to bake that a little bit. So yeah, did a pretty good job at the contour. So I'm actually going to take up a different bronzer. I'm going to use my Pure Minerals because it's pretty warm, and since my eyes are a little bit cool, I want to use this color, and I'm going to use this guy right here. And I do clean off my brushes with like some brush cleaner that I have here, and I don't know why I put it right now, but it's a brush cleaner, just a standard brush cleaner, and then a paper towel. So I'm just going to apply the bronzer. Ooh, and this is very soft. I feel like it blends really well. Put some bronzer up here around the temples. I think I went a little heavy-handed on my right side of my face. Oh well. This blends out really well. And then I'm just going to buff my nose. Buff this area. Alright, so now I'm going to apply some blush. I'm going to use my Tarte blush. This is Glisten. This is my all-time favorite blush. And I'm going to use that same brush to apply it. Wow. It does a really good job at blending everything. But I'm going to go over, I'm going to take a little bit of powder and just kind of go over everything. Make sure everything is blended. Then I'll zoom you in so you guys can see the rest of my eyes being done. Alright, so to finish up my eyes, I'm actually going to put on a warm color underneath. So I'm going to take that flat brush, since it will, I feel like it's going to blend and go in there really nice. So I'm going to take this color right here, which is Wings. This is my favorite color in the palette. I'm just going to get some. And drag it down. However, now that my skin is set, like all my powders are set, I might need to put some like setting spray on this. So I'm actually going to spray my brush, because I find that that works better because of the fact that these colors need a little bit more help. There we go, much better. I want to drag this down just a little bit more. Nice. Okay, so I'm going to take that fluffy brush. I'm going to take Myth, which is our only matte shade in the palette, and I'm going to buff that out. And then I'm going to actually clean this brush off real quick. I'm going to take Pixie, which is this shade right here. I'm going to apply this on my inner corner with that flat brush. I feel like you can use the flat brush for eyes a lot more. Like you can use it as your under eye smudger. You can use it as a packing brush, stuff like that. And then you can go back in with the fluffy brush and just blend everything out. So yeah, I do like this brush. I'm going to add some wing liner, of course, because I do have a wing on there. And then I'll come back. But also I want to do my highlighter. Alright, so I had put some false lashes on because my wings were incredibly huge. So I need a little bit more drama. I hope it looks okay. They're like these lashes that have glitter on the end, so they're fun. They're very unicorn friendly, I guess. So yeah, I'm going to apply some highlighter, and I'm going to use the highlighter in the palette. And I'm going to use my blush brush. I did clean it off so that I can do it, because I want more of an intense highlight. And this doesn't intensify it as much as my flat foundation brush from Visanti, but it does a pretty good job at making it kind of like subtle. And just kind of blend everything out. I'm beginning to enjoy this. I actually feel like I need to intensify my lower lash line. So I'm going to take Magic, which is this shade right here. And I'm just going to bring down my color a lot more so it's a little bit deeper, a little bit more defined. And again, I'm using this brush. This brush is amazing for everything, so. Then I'll blend out the edges. And there you go. That's pretty much it. I'm going to get a little bit more pixie with my finger though, because this look is intense. I'm going to mix a little bit of that highlight in there just to brighten it up a bit. But yeah, I'll zoom in so you can see the completed eye look. So there's my finished eye look. I know, right? It's a little intense than I thought it would be, but I wanted to be very unicorny, magical looking, so that's the look I came up with. The liner that I'm using is the Retrograde from Urban Decay. These liners are okay. I wouldn't purchase another one. I got this as gratis to try out, so I'm like, I don't know. My brows need to be a little bit more intense though, but that's okay. I'm going to leave them as such, but that's what the brushes did. And I know I really don't need a brush for my lips, but I do need to finish my lips. I'm going to go soft. So I'm going to take Lovecraft, my little mini from Kat Von D. But I do want a little punch because I do have unicorn magic on my eyes. I'm going to take Unicorn Tears from Too Faced and just bump up this lip color. All right. That's it. That's the completed look using my Tarte brushes. Would I recommend you getting these? Absolutely. I know that the sale goes on until I think the 24th, so I will have this posted beforehand. But yeah, I really do like these brushes. They're very, very good quality. For the price, it's actually pretty easy to say yes because it's such a good price. So I would probably recommend this right now. Grab it while you can. If you can't grab it, well, it's we've got that sale going on. Grab it some other time. $39 is the price for all 5 of these, which is a very, very good price. I think that's a steal compared to it's probably up there with the Sonia Kashuk price range, maybe a little bit more, but this is Tarte. So, I mean, you actually get a lot better quality brushes than you would Sonia Kashuk. So I would definitely pick these up if you haven't already. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I sure enjoyed making this magical look for you with unicorn horn inspired brushes and also inspired colors from the palette. If you haven't seen my review on this palette, please check it out. I'll link it in the description bar below. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.